Frayed, which is a Merman production. That's Sharon Horgan's production company. They make Motherland and other such comedies. Matt, can you set this one up?
So yeah, this is a weird sort of Australian British comedy drama series. Stars Sarah Kendall, who I'm not familiar with. Do we know her from anything?
The Skype call has not dropped. We're just silent because we don't know.
Okay, just say no then. Is the
okay? No, I like a good ambiguous silence.
Who is Australian-born but has lived in the UK for 20 so years. Married to a wealthy gentleman and has 2 children who attend private school. And then her husband dies while with his mistress, and then she finds out that he had racked up serious debts, and they basically have to sell everything, and she moves back to her hometown in Australia of Newcastle, where she sort of meets all her old sort of schoolmates, her family, and it's about sort of having to shake off this demeanour of this sort of uptight London privileged wife and become a working class woman, finding a job.
Well, also she'd lied.
Yes.
They thought they were going to this palatial place in Sydney, and it ends up just sort of a backwater town in Newcastle. The kids don't know that they've got a grandma and they've got an Uncle Jimmy and all these things. So it's also coming to terms with where you're from and the realities of it.
I want you both to know that nothing is going to change.
But Dad's dead.
Well, that has changed.
There's no money left.
My children and I have nowhere to go.
Well, welcome to Australia. Hot enough for you?
You said we were going to stay in Sydney.
Newcastle is sort of like the northern suburb of Sydney.
What is going on? You're broke.
I'll get a job tomorrow.
Good. Seriously, tomorrow?
Yeah, you type.
Yes.
Quickly and accurately.
No. I don't belong here, Rufus. I don't belong in this house. I don't belong in this town. I don't belong in a tan miniskirt.
Brand new Aussie comedy.
Drop this stupid accent. Your brother's right. It's embarrassing.
Helen, were you going to watch this before I made it homework?
No, I'd never actually heard of it. And I was kind of intrigued by the premise. You know, I quite like that going back to your hometown awkwardness, that kind of humour. I quite like that. But I didn't like this in the slightest, I have to say.
No. I think for a start, it was too long.
Yes.
As one criticism of it, it was just too long. What particularly didn't you like?
I just didn't find it funny. Obviously, you know, it's sold as this, like, comedy drama, and I expect there to be, you know, properly good laughs. We've seen it before with Ricky Gervais's comedy dramas. You get proper belly laughs from it. But no, I didn't find it funny, and I just thought even like the more shocking jokes didn't really land too well. Obviously, there's that scene in the beginning where she discovers the circumstances of her husband's death, and they are quite extreme, shall I say. But it just didn't really, you know, that should set up the drama, but then the drama didn't live up to it. It just felt incredibly flat for me. I couldn't really get on board with Sarah Kendall's character, Sammy. I just thought it's probably the point that she's incredibly unlikable, but I just couldn't even see myself caring about her redemptive arc too much. I just didn't really care for her. The kids were quite annoying, I thought. Quite liked her mum. I can't remember her name, though, unfortunately. You know, I thought she was quite cool. And obviously, there's a bit of mystery there. But I just didn't really get it. I didn't get it.
I know what you mean, and often a sign that things are too long is they repeat a lot of the jokes. So there's this whole Leonard, it's Lenny, it's Lenny. That, you know, you don't need
and
to say that.
And the thing about the Thompson twins.
The Thompson twins charge a very reliable,
reasonable rate.
Yeah, all like 4 or 5 times. It's a shame, really, because I thought there was some likability in the dynamic between.
It's a decent premise.
Yeah, but it
doesn't live up to it.
It took a long time to get to Australia as well. They could have skipped a ton of it and just gone straight to Australia. I found her performance really grating because I couldn't decide who she was being all the time. It was I don't know. I was very disappointed in it, and
I didn't realise. I've just got the Wikipedia up. I didn't realise it was set in 1989.
yeah, that's another bit that was weird.
It
because-
didn't feel like it was a period piece. I suppose the Thompson twins thing should have given it away. But I was like, why have we got this 80s soundtrack? And I didn't realise it was set in 1989.
Sorry, no, I think it's just her hair and her costumes. Like, it just didn't really, like, land with me. No one really had hair like that in the 80s. Come on. And I mean, like, I know it's a drama, but it just wasn't really that believable.
No, it's strange. I sort of like the brother-sister dynamic, and when I say that, I mean her and her brother. The whole Choco Pops scene was good. She's obviously going to start working for an old friend of hers, and he was sort of pervy. I really thought Diane Morgan really took it out.
Yeah, I was just going to say this exact same thing. That just felt, why is she here? Yeah, it's like, you know, because you had Robert Webb and Kerry Godliman, didn't you, in the original scenes in London. It felt like we need like a familiar sort of British comic presence, you know, all these sort of unknown faces. You know, we need someone. It's Sky. Let's get in Diane Morgan, who people like, as Philomena Kunk. It felt. I'll tell you what it felt like to me. Almost, it felt like one of those comedy dramas that the BBC used to air on like a Sunday night. Where it's someone coming back to their hometown and having to, you know, like a Monarch of the Glen sort of thing. You could see this almost starring like Alex Kingston or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean now. I like the way you gave me the night it was on as well, just in case.
They always used to be on Sunday nights around 8 p.m, didn't they?
Before your bath.
Before your bath, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.